Walmart is testing dark stores. According to Retail Dive, Walmart is currently piloting the dark store concept in Dallas. The dark stores will carry some of the retailer's most popular products, and another location is planned for Bentonville, Arkansas, the retailer's hometown. What is a dark store, you might ask? Many of our listeners know this, but in case you don't, a dark store may look like a regular shopping location, but there's a catch. The public won't be allowed inside, and it exists only to speed up and streamline online fulfillment. Chris, what do you think of Walmart going public with its dark store plans?
On the whole, I like the move. I like that they're going public with it. But at the same time, like dark stores aren't really anything new, and they've been around
Yeah,
forever. I mean,
right.
at the end of the day, they're just a fancy name for a smaller warehouse. But in a way, they operate differently than a warehouse too. As I was saying to my buddy Greg London over LinkedIn this week, as he was describing what he thinks this operation is, and shout out to him for helping me through this headline this week. I picture this installation kind of like Walmart's warehouse operation and a Walmart store had a baby. That's how I think about it
Okay.
conceptually in my head. It's an operation that's designed for maximum throughput via probably manual picking, which when you think about a dark store, it has a number of benefits. Number one, you get better inventory item accuracy for your online fulfillment because you don't have shoppers coming in there and mucking with shelves. You don't have store employees mucking with shelves too. Secondly, it also potentially keeps in-store pickers out of your aisles as well,
Yeah.
which is just good from a customer experience standpoint, in addition to the item accuracy point that I made before. And then third, longer term, and I give Greg kudos for this too. He said they could be calling it a dark store and also signaling that it has a Walmart storefront to the public because Walmart over time could push many, if not all of its curbside orders through these locations too, thereby
That's a great
freeing up
point.
their store staff to, be more productive for the operations of running the store. Because we've heard from a lot of retailers that that's becoming a problem
Yeah.
operationally for stores to keep up with their online orders. And they're missing service opportunities in the store as a result of that because their heads are down trying to get their job done. So it's an idea that I don't think works everywhere, but it is a potentially smart utilization of capital where the market dynamics and the online volume is high enough. So I think it's well worth the test. That's my
Yeah.
take, Ann.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I was surprised that they could do this even faster. I mean, I'm still impressed by how quickly I get product from Walmart, and we only have a handful of
Right.
stores here within that are within a reasonable distance here from us in the Twin Cities. And I still stand by, like, there are a lot of people, myself included, who don't always want to go to the Walmart store, but I really like having the Walmart product delivered. And so I think if they can position themselves, especially in areas where they're starting to see some more of these high income shoppers coming in, more online orders, if they can do that even faster, I think it's a very smart strategic move from Walmart and puts them even more closely in competition with Amazon and DoorDash being able to do things like this in such a short amount of time because they're optimizing their operations with these dark stores. And I wonder what we're going to see from other competitors. Like, what does Target do now that Walmart's speeding this up? Like, what do grocery stores do in order to compete here? That's the real question that I have coming out of this.
Yeah. There's another important subtext here too, Ann, which is robotics and co-location
Mhm.
of robotics in the stores, because that was the big talk of the town at Walmart for the past 4 or 5 years. And ever since like kind of January when, they went through the whole thing with alert innovation, that's kind of sloughed off a little
Right.
bit. And so,
Right.
and they're not talking about robotics being deployed here too. And and they're not really saying it too, but I'm, theorizing that it's probably a manual picking process, just given, how it's set up and how it's being talked about. So like where are they going with robotics? Is co-location behind the store in the warehouse in the back room of the store? Is that a done idea? I don't know. It seems like it may be now, given we're not hearing about that anymore. So it's important
Mhm.
subtext here.